Hi there, I care and you matter. I'm Shannon and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of my writing folder. You might have seen it in some of my other videos. And just disclaimer, I'm a writer, so that's why I have a writing folder. However, this would be great for creating just a journaling habit or a journaling folder. So keep that in mind as I share. But this is just meant to be a fun video, and I'm just going to share some of the tips, tricks, customization ideas I had that makes using this folder such a productive way for me to work and an enjoyable one. So first of all, what is this? This is a Mead 5-star customizable folder. And this is an older version. I've had it for a couple years. They have a newer version. I think it's a side. You slide whatever you want to put in the front of the folder on the side. This is a front load, but either one would work. So, first of all, it comes with some branding on it. Up here, I think it said Mead, and over here it said 5-star. If you want to get rid of that on any kind of branding that's already printed on a plastic folder or a poly folder, all you need to do is take a little cotton or a paper towel and a little bit of acetone and rub it, and it will lift off, come off. I've even used a magic eraser. That works too. But I removed all of the existing branding off the folder. I also took this folder and trimmed off the top, made it a little shorter so it's much more compact. I only use wide ruled loose leaf paper and wide ruled notebooks. And if you've watched my other video on that, wide ruled paper and notebooks is always a little more shorter, sometimes a little less wide as well. But I like the compact nature of it. I mean, it's literally only, I think it's like an inch. But to me, it's a big deal. So I trimmed the top of the folder and rounded the corner. Next, this is just a piece of notebook, or not notebook paper, typing paper that I put a bunch of sayings and stickers on, just arranged in a fun way to help encourage myself. And if you were wanting to set up a, oh, you can kind of see the Mead there. That's what I was talking about. You can't, and then the 5 stars down there. You can't see it when my little, I don't know what you'd call this, laminated sheet is in there. But anyway, you could take that off with acetone. So getting back to this. If you were going to do a journaling folder or make a journaling folder for yourself, you could do this with affirmations or maybe some funny memes that you find encouraging or like to look at. But I'm a writer, and so these are just a bunch of stickers that I've had, and I thought, you know, what am I going to do with these? Well, I arranged them on a piece of typing paper, put them on the page, and then laminated it. And then, why did I laminate it? Because I want to be able to swap things out and change this cover up when I want to, and it just makes it a little more sturdy. So that's why I did that. And this folder gets taken with me nearly everywhere. I throw it in my writing little tote. I use it at night when I'm laying on my bed, in the evenings, coming up with ideas. So that's the cover. Now let's get in here. Oh, this is another tip. If you've watched any of my videos, or if you've been around here for any length of time, you know I love index cards. And I struggle with depression and anxiety. I have a lot of stress. I am a primary caregiver to our youngest son, who is actually 17, but is developmentally delayed. Means he has a low IQ and lots of special needs. He's medically fragile. So I live a very stressful life. And so this is no ordinary index card. This is just a plain old index card. I put this on here because I found it online and I loved it. I actually bought it off Etsy. It's a little picture. Writing because murder is wrong. It reminds me to journal and get my frustrations out onto the paper so I don't take them out on other people. But this note card is actually, I put a couple drops of essential oil on it. And so when I open my folder, the smell of orange citrus immediately wafts up. And it also, it permeates the papers in here with that essential oil smell. Now, this is just taped down, the little Scotch tape, a little sticky transparent tape. And that's one of the reasons I love using poly folders. One, they're durable. Two, they are waterproof. I can wipe them clean. And three, I can tape things to it and they peel right off. Oh, it smells so good. So I take my card, and you could just use any index card. You could put stickers on there. You don't have to put anything on it. Just put 3 or 4 drops of any essential oil you like. And I do this for a few minutes just to let the oil spread all over the card so it's not like dripping in oil. And then, because it's plastic, it doesn't matter. You can just tape it down any way, shape, or form you want. And I use the same card over and over. The essential oil, the aromatherapy on the card lasts for, I don't know, about a week, week and a half. And then you can just revive it by putting a few more drops of essential oil on it, and boom, you're ready to go. The nice thing about this is it's cheap. You know, if the card gets bent up or you want to start with a different essential oil, throw it out, or recycle it, sorry. Recycle the card and create a new one. But again, I love it because when I open the folder, the smell wafts up, and it's like, it's a reminder to my brain that this is fun. This is your time to relax and be creative. It's just a cheap, easy way for aromatherapy. So now, getting to what's inside the folder. This does not look like much. And it is designed to not look like much. Because when I open this folder, I am trying to get creative and get ideas out, or I'm journaling, those kinds of things. This is a working folder, but I don't want it to be an overwhelming space. And so you'll see that on this side, I just have some plain loose leaf wide ruled notebook paper. And on this side, you'll see this is my idea notebook. And it's always in my folder with the spiral binding to the open side of the folder, just because it makes it so much more compact when I'm carrying it, and everything tucks inside just so nicely. But this is just a cheap wide ruled notebook from Target. I get these during back to school time. I always pay 99 cents or less for each. So these are not a huge investment. None of this. None of my office supplies are a huge investment, which is why I like the way I work. If it doesn't cost me a lot of money, I don't feel bad about using it or using it up. So this notebook is meant to be used and abused, just written in, scribbled in, and there's no rhyme or reason to what's in here. It's just literally idea dumps. Whenever I have a new idea, I turn to a new page and I write. For whatever reason, I never write on the other side of the page. I only write on the right side. I don't know why that is. It's just how I work. But when I'm done writing, I always flip to a clean page. And that way, when I open my notebook, no matter what I'm about to write or work on, I'm always looking at clean paper. Helps me not feel overwhelmed. I know sometimes there's this fear of staring at the blank page. Well, for me, that's what I like about using cheap supplies, cheap notebook paper, cheap notebook, because it's cheap. And if I want to start over, I can rip a page out, I can tear a page up, recycle it, and give myself that fresh start. And oh my goodness, isn't that just a wonderful feeling? So let's jump into the other things I have in my writing folder. I have 2 little stapled packets of paper, and this is my list of video ideas for my YouTube channel, this channel, for Hope, Cope, and Nope. This would be my stories and strategies, soft skills, life skills, how to solve practical problems and, make the doable, the things that we know we need to figure out and do. Well, how do you actually do that stuff? So these are my video ideas. And then this is actually a list of other videos, kind of like this video, a tour of a writing folder tour. It's the first one. I just finished another packet and made this last night. So I just started jotting down these ideas last night, and I'm making this video now. But the interesting thing about this is you'll notice this is just normal wide ruled notebook paper. However, I took washi tape and just folded it over onto the actual pages itself. And you'll notice there's only 3 pages in each of these. That's because I don't want my writing folder to have too much or get too bulky. These, yes, I use these for reference, and these packets of paper are going to be with me for a while, but I don't need a lot of space. So just 3 sheets is great for this because there's going to be 26 ideas on each page. So, do the math, 26 times 3. That's a lot of ideas. But why do I put the washi tape on the side? 3 different reasons. One, it color codes. I know at a glance, these are my story and strategy video ideas. These are my miscellaneous office supply, index card, other video ideas. So it color codes for me. At a glance, I know which is which. Also, it gives a little bit of structure to these pages. It's a little weightier. I know at a glance, oh wait, these are my reference sheets. These are not just my idea sheets. And I'm going to actually, well, let's just jump into that. When I want to think through a script or what I want to talk about in a video, first of all, I don't read off a script word for word. I have a general list or topics or bullet points of things I want to cover in a video. And I can't think very creatively at a computer screen. I type really quickly, but I don't like coming up with ideas on the screen. So I actually write down my script and bullet points. I might jot down the story that I'm going to share, the anecdote, and then a couple topics that I want to cover onto actual notebook paper. And that's what this notebook paper is here for, or for journaling. If I want to write something down and get it off my chest, but I don't want to keep it, something I don't want to keep in my idea notebook, I write it down on the loose leaf paper, and then oftentimes I rip it up. Because I may not want to, that's how I allow myself to be completely transparent and honest with myself. I have to give myself the assurance and the insurance that nobody else is going to see it. So I write it on loose leaf paper, and then I rip it up into tiny pieces that can't be pieced back together in the recycle bin by someone else in the family. And then I recycle it. The process of knowing I can do that allows me to be completely transparent and authentic, even if it's nasty stuff that I don't want to fess up to feeling. But it also is cathartic. It's therapeutic to rip it up. And then I also know it's completely destroyed. And again, it's cheap paper. I don't care. Well worth my sanity. So that's what this notebook paper is here for. But I like having my reference lists, the side of those reference lists covered in washi tape, because I know at a glance, okay, these are my scripts. These have got to be typed up, or this is what I'm working on. But these are for my ideas. These are important. These are different. The third reason I use washi tape on the edges, it gives it... it's much more sturdy. It's easy to flip through. Sometimes notebook paper, because it is cheap and thin, can stick together. This way I'm not missing anything. It's so easy to flip through. And last but not least, inside my writing folder, I have, this is just a, what do you call this? A sheet protector that I've cut the 3-ring punched tab, I guess you'd call it. I've trimmed that off the side in order to laminate this so I can pull it in and out. But this is all of the formatting for, I am a self-published author. I'm traditionally published too, but I prefer self-publishing, independent publishing. And so I lay out and format and do all that jazz myself. But for consistency's sake, I keep this to track what font I'm using, what size font, what color, where did I get the font, so that I can give, the appropriate, attribute it to whoever I purchased it from. But this is just a reference page for when I'm actually working at my computer typing it. And I keep that in my writing folder as well. But yeah, that is a quick tour of my writing folder, my working folder. But you can see too that it does double as a journaling folder, and you could absolutely do that for yourself as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video and this little peek into how I work, and I hope you've gotten some tips to use and to try in your own life to help make it better and more enjoyable, especially the aromatherapy tip. I love that one. If you've made it this far to the video, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment. What did you learn from this video? What might you try? Or do you have an idea that I could put to use in my writing folder? Share that too. I'd love to hear. If you're not a subscriber, I'd invite you to join our community, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.